The Electoral Commission this week met with some editors, and communicated a number of reforms that it intends to pursue, and some which are already in the pipeline. And among others, it spoke about 27 reforms that are supposed to be in the pipeline. You may have heard about the e-transmission of results. You may have heard about appointment of GBA members and chartered accountants to be the persons who will be at the polling stations. You've heard the new definition, conclusive, of what overvoting represents, and so on and so forth. There's also special provision for people with disabilities and vulnerable persons. They will be given priority at the polls. This time, unlike the previous last elections where media persons lost out, media persons are included in the special voting, and so on and so forth. I think the emphasis have been on using lawyers, chartered accountants, redefining overvoting, and so on. Let me pick your thoughts first, Nana. Some 2 minutes.
I heard my friend's views first. I think this is a very welcome decision. Welcome in the sense that it's not really an EC imposed, position. The entire parliamentary, what do you call it? The political groups, they've come together with EC, they've reasoned, and they set out these rules. Just that we hope that the parties themselves would have been parties to this, will respect, these, positions they've taken. Reform is necessary. After every election, like after every war, you have to sit down, look at what went wrong, or what are the weaknesses, and then come up with proposals. Unfortunately, we've tried to do it piecemeal by, through court intervention and whatnot. But at the end of the war, the parties will still have to sit down and talk.
What do you make of use of lawyers and accountants?
Well, I don't know why we are limiting it to...
In Nigeria, they were using professors.
Well, it's good. It's good that they're coming in, but I hope they don't come wearing a political party or partisan spectacles. Then we would have worsened, our positions.
Okay.
I think that. But I'll just this would say about was it the e-transmission? I hope we go slowly on it. Because my personal fear is that if you don't take care, and then some messages are transmitted, and then it conflicts with the results on the ground. There can't be real immediate conflict, because one of the results will have to be, as it were, shelved for the meantime. As for elections, my understanding, my belief, I said in 2013, almost every day for 9 months, the elections are won at the polling station. You go there, your rep is there, my rep is there.
Okay.
We count the votes.
Thank you.
And then we declare.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. I'm excited about it. Dr. Bawumia turned on the light long ago when he defined the overvoting in the election petition. The EC rebuffed it. I'm excited that today the light has dawned. I want to stress, and it's very important for where we are going, and the EC is not doing anything unto itself. EC has become a very important referee to ensure that credible elections are conducted, and then one government will come after the other, or one government will continue with this business. What I'm very strong about is that all these electronic transmissions and the rest of them are provisional, and she said it. I pray she will respect that, because we know by law they are just secondary evidence. The primary evidence, that which is non-negotiable, is the pink sheets. And in Nigeria, I've been educated that when the Electoral Commissioner did not have the benefit of the entire pink sheet, Nigeria is such a populous, a nation. He never declared the results. It is better to have the full complement of the pink sheets analyzed and calculated than to spend hours on end and months in the Supreme Court trying to contest the matter. So I think the EC should go along the situation that without the full complements of the pink sheet, all these
so now we agree that overvoting is when the total number of ballot cast is more than the total number of voters verified to vote.
The wisdom of Baumia.
What do you make of the use of lawyers, accountants?
It is eminently sensible, you see, because I'm of the view that how should we have people who can volunteer to do this job, maybe free of charge?
They're going to be sworn in.
And they'll be sworn in, and to go and say for one reason or other somebody who does not know how to write words and also give you the right figures.
What's the implication, or what's the essence of swearing them in?
So that there will be people who are under oath. So you might perjure yourself if you try to doctor those. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You are trying to explain that.
We have an oath act, and I'm sure they'll sync all of this with the oath act. That if you swear an oath to do a thing and you breach it, then there are consequences. It could be in the matter of speaking perjury. It could even be deeper. But look,
and this is informed by the election petition.
Yes. Well, no, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from the elections petition for those who've bothered to read the judgment and even some of the books written on them. Look, some of the things that we saw in court were a bit worrying, and I kept asking: are these just mistakes, or is it criminality, or is it just lack of knowledge?
Sure.
I mean, that the person who is presiding does not know the difference between words and figures, or was it deliberate? Those zeros that appeared, and etc.
Maybe it was a back.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a back. Now, brother, here to what they and this again. But the last point, the e-transmission. I, as a person who likes gadgets and technology, would vote for it all the time. But I agree 125% with Nanato.
Okay,
it's rather low. We say 200%.
2 million.
Thank you.
Just the last one. Can we try it from the Constituency Coalition Center first?
That's what is happening.
Before we go to the polling station.
Right, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That
yes, Dr. Jemima.
No, I was glad when I read of the reforms that the EC is proposing. And I think, as professionals, we need to be more involved in our national development. This is one way. Many of us shy away, perhaps, from getting involved, and understandably so. But I think, it's about time that we have seasoned professionals that will be under oath and will execute their jobs professionally. So I welcome that. The only thing that I'm a little concerned of is the timing, because you have to recruit, then you have to train. And then all of this in a very limited period of time concerns me. I think this should have been done much earlier, but hey, it's better late than never. So
great.
Well done.
I'd like to say that thank you very much, all of you, because our audiences seem to show profusely that they are excited that all of you were in the studio and did a good job. And some are asking whether Ace was reading from a book or he was doing chew and pour when he was making his delivery.
He's a lecturer in his head.
My guests have been Ace Annan Ankoma. He's a lawyer. Dr. Jemima Nunu lectures at GIMPA. Nana Atudazi is also a lawyer and former chief of staff. He consults on transitions. And also Samuel Atta Acha is lawyer and MP Achim Ebuakwa. I'm Samson Ladi Ayenini. The show is repeated at 9:30 on this platform. Have a good afternoon. The news is up next. And my outfit, as always, this one was made right here in Ghana by Latida.
I was actually asking. I was coming on TV.
Nice.
All right.